Hello everybody, welcome to the Daily Brick. My name is Nick, and today we are looking at set number 40554, Jake Sully and his Avatar. These two Brickheads debuted with the release of Avatar: The Way of Water, which was the secondary film in the series, and Fire and Ash is going to be coming up pretty soon, so that's why I'm pretty excited to be reviewing these. I really hope that LEGO does release more sets based on the series, but I have a feeling they're not going to, just based on how little of a profit LEGO is able to make on the Avatar sets. I feel like they poured a lot of money into that theme, and a lot of their sets ended up on clearance in stores, and you can still find them on shelves today throughout different stores throughout the country, even regular retail stores, so it's definitely something that LEGO does have to consider before making more sets. But this one's really unique and cool because it is a Brickhead. Brickheads is obviously the line that is almost comparable to Funko Pop. I've done a few of the reviews for this line of sets before, but I really enjoyed this one just because the variety, and getting the same character twice doesn't sound very variety, but it does do really well at distinguishing the two characters, especially since Jake essentially is two different characters in the film, the very first Avatar. So as we look closer, we're actually going to look at Jake Sully first so we can go with the same evolution as the film does. Jake Sully is particularly interesting because this is the very first Brickhead we've ever gotten in a wheelchair. He actually does not have one of these 6x6 black bases at the bottom, so you can actually take that up and you can see underneath there it's just the wheelchair, which is a really good way of showing that that is his base, that is what he uses, and I think that's really unique. That's definitely something unique for this one as well, seeing that the fig is sitting down. So most Brickheads you see usually have a 1x2 brick underneath to showcase legs, maybe even some 1x2 plates in different colors to give off different stripes, but this one is securely in this wheelchair and he is sitting down. You can see his shoes poking out there. That's really cool. I think that's some really cool representation as well, and you can actually take out, just like the base would, there's just some open studs back there, so that way the figure itself can just go back on there, and it's built to where there's a little wedge right there, so that way it can sit on top of that other tile, and it's really secure in there. It's not going anywhere, and the wheels do kind of turn. They are on these Technic pins, so it's really not that bad, and that is pretty dang cool. The shirt that he is wearing is just plain black, so it's just a plain t-shirt. He does wear that a lot in the film, and going up you use a lot of light tan tiles to give off his skin tone, as well as just the basic Brickhead eyes in the 1x1 circular tiles. He does have some hair, so he kind of has a buzz cut in the film, so they kind of did a pretty good job at that. Not a lot of detailing or texture on there, so that works perfectly. For the Avatar itself, aka Jake Sully, still Jake Sully throughout the film, you can see that this one was built up using two 2x2, or actually 2x1 bricks underneath for the legs to give him that height that he does have in the film. The Na'vi are supposed to be at least 9 feet tall, so they are huge. There are 2x2 printed tiles on both arms that give off the stripe pattern that the Na'vi have on their arms, and on the chest you can see a 2x4 tile as well right there. That is a really cool detail, and that is just put on using a snot technique. For the skin tone of the Na'vi, you can see they used medium blue, which is a perfect color to use for this fig. I think that that is absolutely fantastic. I love that the Brickhead eyes have actually been printed in yellow and black, so that way you can get some variety, and the normal white is still there on the eyes there. He does have this crown, and that is probably when he becomes Turuk Makto, and that is when he is able to ride on the back of the very large Banshee. That's really cool seeing. And he also does have this spear with a Na'vi sort of pendant on the top there, and that spear is just built out of some bar pieces and the extension bars. I don't really know what to call them. They're almost like a dual-sided hilt for a lightsaber, but they're just a little extra longer. It's a new piece that LEGO's been using for just a little bit now, but I think they did really good. I love the hair technique, and that kind of goes down into the ponytail that he has in the film, and then his tail is also in that medium blue. Overall, Jake Sully and his Avatar is an amazing Brickheads. Again, I love that there is the wheelchair included for the human version of Jake Sully right there, and the Na'vi version is just perfect as well. I really do hope, like I said in the beginning, that LEGO does make more Avatar sets. I think that they need to give it another chance. I really think people need to give them more chances. Again, LEGO poured so much money into a theme that they really should have put a little bit more faith into. I do think they put a lot into it, don't get me wrong. They definitely give them a lot of unique molds and prints and even vinyl pieces, like all of the wings for both the first Avatar and Way of Water. Every single creature had a wing that was in the vinyl sort of material. So again, I really think that LEGO should give a chance to Fire and Ash to sort of put out new figs. I think people would absolutely love that. Anyways, that is going to be all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.